appreciate the fans who actually come out here to Wembley Arena of their own volition just to watch the games. Shout out and big ups to them.
Definitely, guys. Now let's talk about the game today. Right now, rather, that we're starting with is the Mountaineers and the Pride. The Mountaineers, now, I'm a little bit disappointed with the way that their season has panned out. I would have thought that they were going to go into the top 4, especially with the inclusion of Kyle McLean. But he's been a no-show so far this season. Q, what are your take? I mean, the Mountaineers, I really expected them to be more, in the mix of things, at least going into the playoffs.
When we look at the starting 5 of the Mountaineers, there's a lot of talent there. You got Mapurisa who's playing well. The Tumba, they're good. They're a good backcourt. They're athletic. They get up the floor. They attack the rim well. They've got experience in Ongenda, and Gabriel had to play a bigger role. And he struggled a little bit playing that bigger role for the team. He's a big man in a league where he's got to play well. Where the front court is key as well, and we've seen that with the team like the Igoli Magic. Their front court does well, and they stay winning.
All right, now we're going to have a look at Limpopo as well. Kolisi, I'd like you to come in here. The Pride, we knew they were going to struggle. But, I don't know about this team. I don't know where they're getting it right, where they're getting it wrong, but clearly too much wrong, not enough right.
I like them, KP. And I like the fact that they have this strong guard attack. Tendani Mabasa, Simon Koza, Madumecha Komape. Those are the players that really set the tone for this Limpopo team. And I like the fact that they can really run the floor. They've got to think about their assist to turnover ratio. In their last loss against the Free State Warriors, they had 12 assists against 25 turnovers. Now clearly the guards aren't taking care of the ball. They're not sharing the ball, and they're not creating as well. But you also get guys coming off the bench as well. I like Cecil Nkwashu, the big guy who can really come off the bench and give them scoring as well. And for them, they also have Jeru Manyubele and Tsepo Pokwane. They need to step up as veterans in this team.
Q, now I want to just get into a little bit. Let's talk about Chris for Limpopo. He's a very athletic player, very good one-on-one player, guys, but a little bit too street ball. Unfortunately, he can't bring those talents into the BNL. I really expected more from him because Q, you know him from some of the local leagues. He's led a couple of the leagues in scoring, quite the slasher, but at the BNL level, professional level, he can't really translate that into wins for his team.
Well, what you need to understand, KP, is that, like you said, he's a street ball player. Now, systems, we spoke about coaching a little bit earlier. It's chess on the basketball court. How well do you implement your system as a coach? How do you use the pieces, the chess pieces? So the pawn would be Chris. Do you know his strengths? Do you know how to get him the ball, where to get him the ball? Coaches, that's your job. Let's get Dagger off a screen. Let's use him slashing, but let's run plays to get him the best opportunity to do so. And that's where coaching comes in.
There you have it from Q, guys. Now, it's a big week coming up for basketball, not just today, because as we all know, we've been promoting it for the past month. NBA Africa really doing their thing. We got the first basketball game that's ever going to be held, and that's going to be in conjunction with Basketball Without Borders. Now, that's the main thing now. Basketball Without Borders, the top 60 athletes, young kids coming through, and they're going to be here in South Africa. That is the crop of talent that will hopefully be gracing us in the NBA, but of course in the BNL as well, because these are the top athletes in the entire continent.
One thing that I must say about it as well is that they're adding ladies to the BWB this year, so the top 25 females being utilized and being put on a platform where they get skills access to leadership skills, access to performance skills, and just utilizing what is a really great platform. They get to go to college. There's a possible chance that they can get into the WNBA. It's absolutely awesome.
And policy, let's not forget about the under-16 team that we presented with Blazers on Friday. They're going to be going through to AfroBasket in Mali. I'm very proud of this team, and I think they're going to represent us pretty well.
Well, KP, I've told you, basketball is once again becoming a vibrant sport in our country. We have the junior teams, we have the women's team that are going to be competing in AfroBasket, and it's just great for the game of basketball. Wonderful opportunities for the women and the young guys as well to go out there to really play the game and represent our country as well. I could not think of a more prouder moment than what our country is experiencing from the SA women's team and the under-16 boys team.
Super Sport, your world of champions, very big game. We're hoping that the Orlando Pirates team can also do us proud, guys. Of course, football, one of the biggest sport actually in the country. We're going to be rallying behind the Orlando Pirates. They can get the W too.
KP, and I know you might say that the teams, Orlando Pirates, might not be a good team in the local ABSA Premier Soccer League, but man, they know how to go out there in Africa. They know how to represent. They know how to win big games. And hey, let's just hope that this time they bring it home. Shout out to Jeris Kosana.
Orlando Pirates represent, represent. We got it up the Bucks. We are going to go to a quick ad break. We'll be right back with tip-off right here. Wembley Indoor Arena is where it's at. Basketball National League. Q, Mkolisi, thank you very much. We'll see you guys soon. I forgot who Orlando Pirates was playing.
That was.
When it comes to the Mountaineers and the Pride, we get to see if the Pride really comes before a Mountaineers fall. And that's our first matchup this Sunday midday, the Western Cape Mountaineers taking on the Limpopo Pride. This is a matchup that I am anticipating and eagerly awaiting to start because, of course, the Pride can get closer to a 4-4 record, but in order for them to get to a 3-4 record, they have to go through the Mountaineers.
And we have a look at the Western Cape Mountaineers squad. Mapurisa Letumba, key in the backcourt for the Mountaineers. Ongenda, Ntunja, and Gabriel get the start. Robertson, Kavane coming off the bench. Jonathan Forley gets his name back on to the Mountaineers roster. And Ndekazi, again, a new addition for the Mountaineers in the 2015 BNL season, making his first appearance this year for the Mountaineers. And that man, very relaxed. During the pre-game interview, Coach Craig Daniels alluded to the fact that they do have a chance of getting that 4th spot or making the playoffs. The Mountaineers have to win every single game that they play in for the rest of the season, and they come up against this Limpopo Pride team filled with youthful talent. Tendani Mabasa, Christian Kabasele getting the start, Jerry Manubele, Nkwashu, and Patrick Ahozi makes a return for the Limpopo Pride. The physical presence in the paint for the Pride, and absolutely key for them when he was absent in the Limpopo Pride's game against the Warriors. So Pride fell short against the Free State Warriors. He adds a physical presence, gives them rebounding, gives them defense, and Patrick Ahozi will be welcome back to the roster for the Pride. And that is our officials, Sui Suwila, Tosi Pokoche, and Tsitsi Ramakocho. They will
be taking control of this contest between the Mountaineers and the Pride, and we're seconds away from what promises to be an exciting game. Both teams like to push the ball up the floor. Both teams have exciting backcourts. Christian Kabasele gets the start for the Pride, and Dagger is the source of a lot of talk in the league. He's a talented scorer, Christian Kabasele, and he'll be coming up against one of the better scorers in the league, and Stennet Mapurisa, Bruce Latumba, two capable defenders as well. Mountaineers have employed a press all season, full court press, and the pressure defense will be tested against this quick and athletic backcourt of the Limpopo Pride. The starting five for the Mountaineers: Mapurisa, Latumba, Junior Ongenda. We've not seen the best of Ongenda just yet. Vincent Tunja has steadily improved all season long, and Stephen Gabriel has not given the Mountaineers quite enough in that 5 position just yet either. And this Limpopo Pride team, filled with the exuberance of youth, filled with talent on the roster, and that man right there, Patrick Kahozi, getting the final word from Jerry Manubele. Kahozi gives them rebounding, gives them physicality, and we've spoken a lot about the beast in the paint, Patrick Kahozi. And the start for Nkwashu, Mabasa, Kabasele, Jerry Manubele, Cecil Nkwashu, and Patrick Kahozi. And experience in Tendani Mambasa, Dagger has earned a starting berth now for the Pride, and Jerry Manubele, the captain, key for the Pride as well, at a rare talent, a special athlete, and can get up and down the floor and jump off the floor, capable of elevating and throwing it down on anybody in the league. Exciting player to watch is Jerry Manubele.
Thank you, my friend. What a mouthful, but breaking down the game in the best way I know how, and it's really great sitting with you, and also just it's rather edifying, let me say, just sitting next to you, Q, and taking in all of your basketball knowledge and expertise, and when you speak about the game from your experience and from your perspective, and really just sitting out here and hearing you speak about the game, edifying, let me say that.
Thank you, gracious sir, perfect gent. I appreciate spending time in the booth with you too, and it's our pleasure to bring you this coverage of BNL 2015 Week 5. And this is the first game in a triple header Sunday, the first of 3 exciting games. And this should be a interesting contest, to say the least. Exciting backcourt for Pride and the Mountaineers, and we're off and running.
Pride with the jump ball, and Kahozi faces up on Gabriel. And of course, Q, that's going to be a matchup we'll see throughout the game. Patrick Kahozi going up against Stephen Gabriel. They need to contribute for their teams this afternoon. Stephen Gabriel hasn't really been the productive player that we know that he can be, or the effective player, and the Mountaineers rely on him for a whole lot. And Patrick Kahozi as well, just a presence in the low block, and just coming in with that aggressive and physical play. He needs to step up for the Pride.
Sometimes that physical play gets him in trouble. Ongenda gets his first look from the perimeter, and that doesn't fall for him. And Mountaineers really have struggled from the field in general. They get a lot of open looks, and all they've got to do is knock it down, and the best way to do that is get some time in the gym, putting in a little bit of practice, and thrown away by Kabasele. Latumba. And easy as you like, Latumba makes defense turn into offense. He gets the first 2 for the Mountaineers.
Well, the Pride really need to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. Turnovers, we've been saying all season long, are the undoing of any team. Gabriel working inside, can't get it to go, and facing up on Gabriel once again. Great hustle play by Vincent Tunja. Manyubele, he's got Kabasele to his right. He's all open, and Brisa lunging at the ball, knocks it out of bounds. A near turnover once again by the Pride, but they retain possession of the ball. Sternad Mapurisa did a great job for his Zimbabwe team, qualifying for AfroBasket in Cameroon later on this year in August.
And we saw him start out the season very well for the Mountaineers. He's come off the boil a little bit, and you know, as they get closer to AfroBasket, would expect the level of his play to improve. And Tunja goes baseline, but not enough space on the baseline. Turns it over for the Mountaineers and straight into the press again.
Gabriel with the steal, he'll take it all the way to the bucket and a two-hand flush. That's how a Mountaineer gets up. Manyubele in the trap and a steal once again, and a 3-on-1 this time, and Mapuri's all the way to the basket. Timeout immediately by Sinkim Patlele.
Right, I was about to say timeout needed by Coach Patlele. Too many turnovers already, and 7 turnovers for the Pride in just under 2 minutes play. Not good enough at all. Timeout called on the floor by Coach Patlele.
And one other thing, never save the ball into your zone. If Maupile ball and there is no way, you just hold it there. Because once you pass it back, they will steal it. It's going to be a quick basket. Just hold it there. They rather call 5 seconds violation. Let's look for the ball. John, just stay here. Run back, collect, feed in the middle. Come on.
Listen up. You have to help each other. They're pressing us. Don't wait for the ball to come to you. Meet the ball. They're pressing us. Come on, everybody wake up.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Teamwork.
Coach Sinkim Patlele in the timeout saying that rather the ball is held and rather they concede a 5-second violation. He deems it to be the lesser of 2 evils, as opposed to advancing the ball up until half court and then bring it right back, and Kahozi to the basket. And Lutumba was there contesting that shot, and that'll send Kahozi to the free throw line.
Kahozi powers his way to the basket. Really little Bruce Lutumba could do. That big body advancing his way to the rim. And Patrick Kahozi, of course, played for the Igoli Magic in 2014 BNL season. We really have not seen the best of Kahozi on any end for the Limpopo Pride, and neither did we really see that when he played for the Igoli Magic, but he gets 1 of 2.
Mapurisa, Ongenda, Lutumba in the corner, rattles in a 3.
Extra pass pays dividends. Lutumba with all sorts of time and space, and makes Pride defense pay.
Once again, Mountaineers pressing. They settle down in the half court, the Pride. Mabasa outside for 3, rattles in and out. And Manyubele is there, picks up on the offensive ball, will go to the basket, and 2-hand flush. Oh, man.
There's a reason we say that Jerry Dunks is athletic, and fake 1 bounce, gets up in the air, and exciting player around the rim. Pure athlete, Jerry Manyubele. Gets Gabriel up in the air, 2 steps, and 2-handed flush.
He sure loves swinging. Lutumba on the outside, the drive inside. Ongenda in the corner for 3, can't get it to go. Kabasele with the rebound. Kabasele around Mapurisa. Kwashu on the elbow.
A little bit of patience paying dividends for the Pride, finding ways to break the press now.
Kabasele is there, blocking Vince. And a 3-on-1 break. Mabasa. Well, I don't know why he didn't just toss it up at the hoop. I don't end up breaking down the floor. And puts up with the left hand. Can't get the layup to go. Kabasele with the save.
Right now, I feel Ongenda just forcing the offense individually for the Mountaineers. The Tumba dispossesses Manyubele and up he goes. And the Tumba blows the dunk, but with Tunja now. Mapurisa. Turn and fire. And no good. And a scrappy possession for the Mountaineers.
6-point lead for the Mountaineers. Just under 5.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. And it's been exciting stuff to start off this game. And a foul from behind. Gabriel picks it up. And going to be a side ball. And substitutions right now for the Mountaineers. Sivuile Kavane checks into the game. Vincent Tunja, the veteran, takes a break. And Cecil Nkwashu as well takes a break for the Limpopo Pride, and Tepo Pokwani checks in. I like the introduction of Cecil Nkwashu Q, the young guy, first-year player in the league, and he needs the experience. They rely on him a lot as a big guy.
They sure do. And the name Makinta not featuring on the Pride roster. Pokwane turns it over again for the Pride, and there's too many turnovers. 10 turnovers already in 5 minutes of play. And that's what pressure defense can do.
Lutumba, Ongenda, the drive inside, throws up the teardrop. No charge called. Manyubele. That's a second turnover by Tepo Pokwani. Tendani Mabasa slightly agitated at that turnover. And 11 turnovers for the Pride, and nearly 6 minutes gone in this game. Almost 6 minutes gone, and 11 turnovers for the Pride. And, Coach Mpahlele would serve him well if he were to put a turnover target for his team for every game. Kavane, Gabriel can't get that jumper to go, and Mabasa whips it all the way down the floor looking for Kabasele. Can't get it there. It's Gabriel with another steal. Mapurisa, Ongenda inside the hop step, and the ball knocked out of bounds.
Frenetic pace on the floor. Both teams forcing the action. High up tempo game, but plenty of mistakes evident from both teams. Just too many turnovers right now for the Pride, and Coach Mpahlele got to look at his options on the offensive end. Kavane draws contact under the rim.
Strong take by Kavane on that play, Q. Like the fact that he opted to attack the basket. And of course, Kavane also a national team player, having represented the country at the Four Nations tournament earlier this year in March.
Ongenda has represented the country for the Mountaineers. Godfrey Koti also made his debut, and Stephen Gabriel, 3 Mountaineers, part of that Proteas team. Kahozi looking winded on the bench for the Pride, and 1 of 2 for Kavane. And press continues by the Mountaineers. Pokwane picks up his dribble.
Peter Vasekas checked into the game. Pokwane misfires on the 3, a long one, can't get it to go. And the Mountaineers back down the other way. Kavane inside. Steal by Manyubele. Can't save the ball, knocking it out of bounds. And this is the one thing about Kavane as well. He's very prone to uncontrolled play on the floor, but Jerry Manyubele just doing a great job on that play. Pride no steals yet, and the Mountaineers with 7 steals already. Mabasa breaking with Manyubele. back down the other way. The block by Pugwani.
It's end-to-end stuff and just very frenetic right now. And point guards gotta set the offense, try and settle down, get into a pattern of play.
Mabasa with an air ball gets encouragement from his team and bench teammates. And Coach Mpahlele was one of those who were encouraging him by applauding that attempt. Cavani looking to work.
Cavani head nod in the game right now, and that's his third straight turnover. Young man not contributing positively for the Mountaineers on the floor.
I mean, turns the ball over and just allows Peter Boseka to drive around him, and a foul called on that PB drive. Ongenda picks it up, and that one will send Peter Boseka to the line for 2 free throws.
And composure, a problem for the Mountaineers. One feels on the offensive end. They are rushing, and so are the Pride, and that's Pride can be a result of the high-pressure defense from the Mountaineers. The press forcing the pace of the possessions when ball is in hand for the Pride. Mountaineers is guilty of forcing shot attempts for no reason.
Mapurisa, Kanya, basket hangs in the air, counted and one. Nice scoop layup by Sipumle Kanya. And in this instance, I'd really like to say that it must be the shoes. And Bruce Run, checking back into the game for Andre Ongenda. And Kanya unable to complete the three-point play. Mountaineers now leading 10. PB hangs on to the loose ball, and Mapurisa, the blocking foul. Side ball. And the Mountaineers, Q, have been very, very careful throughout this quarter with their fouls. Simon Koza in the game as well for the Pride. Pugwani. Koza, just one of those players who's also able to attack the basket. Katlego Sithole spins, can't get the layup to go, evading the shot clock though. Katlego Sithole picks up that foul. Mountaineers ball. Well, Coach Mpahlele wants Nkwashu back in the game. And a very interesting cue. We haven't seen Kyle McLean with the Mountaineers. This afternoon. Koza checked closely by Kanya. Boseka, 10 on the shot clock. Nkwashu on the elbow, but gets the ball knocked away. Cavani will take it all the way to the basket. Boseka. Oh my, that's a trap indeed. And the Tumba call for the foul.
Pride is guilty of being caught in the wrong areas with the ball. They allow for the trap to happen. Ball not moving quick enough. And Mountaineers doing a good job of applying the press. Lyle Robertson checks in and making his way to the bench. Standard Mapurisa. Mountaineers in the penalty. And that means that on every single foul committed by the Mountaineers defense, the Pride will get themselves to the free throw line. Peter Boseka. 1 point this afternoon. A rebound and a single foul is production on the floor in this first quarter for the Pride.
PB can't get both free throws to go. The Mountaineers now with the inbound, and Simon Khoza putting some pressure on Cavani as he tries to receive the inbounds pass. Number 21 of the Pride, Matsobani Mboweni, also in the game now. Cavani. Ongenda between defenders. Letumba. And another steal by the Mountaineers. Cavani down the floor to Kanya. Well, that layup rolls off the back iron. Kanya couldn't get it to go, but last touch on the Pride.
Those are the type of plays that you need to get down. Kanya got to make layups in transition, especially when wide open. Robertson, show and go, and Robertson will draw the foul.
Robertson, a great drive, faking, and as his defender hadn't established position, able to take it to the basket. And draws the foul. And, Mountaineers bench bolstered by the presence of Jonathan Forlee. An empty trip for Robertson, but Lutumba with the rebound. Robertson all open for three. Can't get it to go. Lutumba there with the offensive rebound. Koti can't get it to go. And this is a challenge sometimes for the Mountaineers, finding it difficult to finish inside. Really squandering open looks at the basket. Khoza. Cavani. Kanya. Oh! Count the basket and one. Pokwani picks up that foul. And Coach Craig Daniels approving Kanya's effort this time, and Kanya really doing better than the previous attempt, Q, finishing on the break. And free throw woes continue. Lutumba, the offensive rebound, can't get the three to go. And that will bring this first quarter to a close. Encouraging play by the Western Cape Mountaineers and led by that man right there, Andre Ongenda. And this guy right here has really given them some production on the floor. Run, Bruce, run, Lutumba. They will be encouraged. The Limpopo Pride have a whole lot to talk about. And scores at the end of the first quarter, Mountaineers 20, Pride 6. And here's Q with a breakdown of the first quarter actual factuals.
Not big for pretty reading if you're a fan of the Pride. 20 first quarter turnovers. That number absolutely astronomical. And they have done a good job on the boards, securing 10 defensive rebounds and 0 of 3 from Yaniak, and a lowly 6 attempts for the Pride. The Mountaineers 8 of 20, shooting it at 14%, struggling from the free throw line and the perimeter. And one good thing they've done is been able to force that amount of turnovers, and 10 steals it is for the Mountaineers. Struggles from the perimeter, 1 of 6. Struggles from the free throw line, 1 of 6 as well, 17%. And only 6 attempts on the inside for the Pride, 9 total field goal attempts for the Limpopo Pride. Lutumba leads the stats in the first quarter, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Nkwashu has 2 points, 3 rebounds for Jerry Manubele. And the Pride really have a lot of work to do. They cannot score 6 points in a quarter and expect to be competitive throughout the game. Emma Ledwaba taking vice assistant coaching roles, and clear instruction from her
And a very vocal Emma Ledwaba Q, a storied individual in South African basketball, South African women's basketball, played college basketball in the US, also represented the national team, has been a long time stalwart of the Limpopo Pride, Limpopo women's provincial team. So her presence on the Limpopo bench, a boon indeed.
Giving back to her province in the best way she knows how. Back to the action, Lutumba!
Lutumba with the one-handed hammer. You gotta get up to get down. Oh my. Pokwani working. Ball goes out of bounds and
explosive athleticism. Lutumba just starts this quarter in an explosive manner, and Kwashu had absolutely no chance. Lutumba,
incredible.
Like Lutumba
broke down Mboweni with the crossover, then blew past Nkwashu and the hammer.
Sublime athleticism on show.
Lutumba picks up the foul after turning the ball over. And a substitution immediately from Coach Daniels. Lutumba takes a seat, and Sternat Mapurisa back in the game. Well, I'd say I'm still reeling from that dunk. Kabasele can't get the long three to go. Robertson to the basket once again. Can't get the floater to go. Koti with the offensive rebound. And another offensive rebound for Koti. Kicks it outside to Avani. He'll hang. Puts it up.
Two athletic plays to start the quarter for the Mountaineers. Cavani on the reverse layup. This pressure press paying dividends right now for Coach Daniels. Dropping back straight into their zone.
Bosecha, the steal on him by Cavani, and he'll take it all the way down the floor, and a foul by Kabasele. Mountaineers really putting on the pressure to start this second quarter.
It's the sort of start you want, building momentum for the Mountaineers, and they've done well on the defensive end. They've limited the Pride to 6 points, and the brains trust of the Mountaineers. Coach Daniels will be very happy. Cavani struggled from the free throw line. In fact, the Mountaineers have struggled from the free throw line. They're 1 of 7 as a team.
Tanya with the rebound. Not much commitment on the defensive boards. Mapurisa just runs into the wall of Kahozi. Koza. Manubele hanging in the air, but draws the foul. And that'll send Jerry Manubele to the line for 2 free throws, banged up somewhat. And the Pride have also made an adjustment on the floor. Matsubani Mboweni going to the bench, and Josias Malahlela in the game. Pride themselves struggle from the free throw line. Kahoz is there, that presence, and a foul call. Cavani checks out of the game, and Vince Ntunja in the game for the Mountaineers. Malahlela hits the side of the board, and Manuela's there, and banged once again by Gabriel, and he'll go back to the free throw line. bench looking on from the Limpopo Pride. Concerning, really, the fact that they haven't been able to score the basketball.
Emma Ledwaba looks on, and plenty of concern on the faces of their bench, and they need to be concerned. It's been a struggle on the offensive end for the Pride.
Now Robertson finally gathering the ball on the defensive rebound. Mapurisa wants a screen. Gabriel rolling to the basket, but Mapurisa settles for the shot. Now Robertson the steal on Manubele. He's open. We'll take a look at the basket. Puts up the three. Can't get it to go. Malahlela with the rebound. Koza. Koza turns it over. Dunja out of the trap, but tripped by Manubele. And turnovers right now.
Absolutely astronomical for the Pride. 25 turnovers. And doing a decent job on the defensive glass, but all in vain. They've only scored 6 points in 13 minutes of play. The Mountaineers, they're 1 of 8 from the three-point line as a team.
Dunja. Ongenda. Side ball for the Mountaineers. And a foul called by Tito Ramukocho. Ongenda finding it a little difficult to inbound the basketball. Coach Daniels motioning for them to keep moving to get a player open. Degazi comes through, but a switch immediately on the screen, and Mapurisa can't get the reverse layup to go. Degazi trying to keep that ball alive himself, but Sitole gets it out of a three-man trap.
Sitole has not seen any ball because the Pride have not been able to push the ball up across the floor because of the pressure defense from the Mountaineers. And now Dagger trying to guard Tunja.
Ongenda drive inside, the pull-up. Pride bringing the ball down the floor. Ball knocked out of Massimini's hands. Degazi trying to get it, retains the ball, but a foul called. Koza called for the travel, and hesitant and indecisive on what he wanted to do, dish the ball or shoot the open jumper on the elbow. And Koza puzzled himself by that move right there, and the expression on Emma Ledwaba's face pretty much tells it all. Disgust and concern. Gabriel. Dunja. Degazi outside for three. Got it!
Finally, a perimeter jump shot falls for the Mountaineers. 2 of 9 as a team.
Sithole. Running hook. Gets it to go. Malahlela.
Right now, the Pride will take baskets in any way, form, or manner. Malahlela wasn't pretty, but he got it to go.
Vincent Tunja kisses it off the glass. The floater in the key. Sithole. 4 on 2. Pride have to make this one go. And once again, Malahlela. Malahlela with the steal. Masimini has the ball knocked out of his hands by Mapurisa. Gabriel and Mapurisa now breaking. They will settle down in the half court, and Sithole is there knocking it out of Gabriel's hands. And a timeout on the floor right now. 19-point lead for the Mountaineers, and Coach Craig Daniels wants this timeout to talk over a few things.
Showed you what running, what helping, what passing the ball can do. All right, we've got to keep that. We can't let them think we're getting tired. We can't let them think we're complacent. All right, we have to keep the energy up. Jono, where you at? You come more standing now. So we got Jono and Sia up front. Stevie play in the middle. Junior and Vince in the back. We staying in China. All right, and then we beginning to keep the ball pressure. Even if he's faster than you, if you're low and wide, feet wider than his, he can't beat you. So, sorry, we China, 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. Let's go, hey, we do it now, we go, go, go. Sorry.
Well, we emerge from that timeout, and just under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Coach Craig Daniels with instructions for his team. And that the one thing that he really wants, as exhausted his team might be, he needs them to show effort and play hard on the floor. Jonathan Foley in the game. And quite a boon for this team, and Gabriel on the board, driving around and finishing with the layup over Sithole.
It's a good, strong move by Gabriel. Got to take advantage of those mismatches.
Sithole on the outside, shouldn't be playing out there. Katejo Sithole. And the Mountaineers will break with Vincent Tunja. Foley all open, gets a pass to the basket, fakes Malahlela.
Feel that Foley should have attacked the rim, could have got the foul, used his body, and opting for the safe option, faking in that position, not quite going the way he planned.
Kabasele latches onto the pass and the reverse layup. Oh my! Oh, oh man. Ongenda to the basket. Can't get the floater to go. Malahlela with the rebound. Pride running once again. Malahlela to Masimini and the layup.
Game of peaks and troughs basketball is, and 8 of 28 from the field now. The Pride almost double the amount of attempts of the Mountaineers, and that's been a result of that pressure defense.
Ongenda open for 3. Looks good.
3 of 9 now. The Mountaineers starting to find some touch from the perimeter.
Masimini hangs in the air, the finish over an outstretched Gabriel. This is what I love about the Pride. They can run, they can open up the floor, and they need to attack the basket more. Good things happening when they attack the basket. Masimini picks up that foul. Foley drawing that foul. Of course, Jonathan Foley, I say he's been a boon for this team, because 10 points when he first played for the Mountaineers against the Windbreakers, and the pass by Malahlela finding Kabasele all alone, and that is a reverse Yomhlaba. I just had to quote Kabelo there, Q. And highlight filled game up until thus far. I mean, oh man.
All sorts of athleticism on display, and did say that both these backcourts absolutely dynamic.
Vincent Tunja with the steal. Will take it all the way to the basket.
20-point lead for the Mountaineers, 21 points, 17 steals of their pressure defense.
Well, I just like the ball movement by the Pride. Sithole turns it over again. Shouldn't be handling the ball that far away from the basket. Katlego Sithole, and Kabasele with the steal. And look out, he's going to take it all the way to the basket. And the flash once again.
Getting the cheers of some fans in the crowd. Christian Kabasele, the steal and the flush, and showing off that athleticism that is known for. Koti, your work against Sithole. Ongenda draws contact from Sithole, and Katlego Sithole will make his way to the bench. He picks up his second personal. The Pride in the penalty. His third personal for Katlego Sithole. Pride in the penalty. That'll see Ongenda go to the free throw line. And PB, Peter Bosecha, makes his way to the subs bench. Ringing the changes is Coach Mpatlele as he tries to find ways of breaking down this high pressure Mountaineers defense.
"20-point lead once again for the Mountaineers, and it appears to be a cushion for them right now, because anytime the Pride look to make a run, they find it difficult to chip away at this big lead. Kabasele will take a long three from outside, can't get it to go. Malahlela can't get the offensive rebound and the layup to go. Kabasele once again with the steal. And Kabasele out of bounds. His whole torso out of bounds. And it will be Mountaineers basketball. Tunja. And Kanya outside for three. Mabasa chases down the loose ball and looking to run. Manubele bounce pass to Kabasele. Can't get it to go. Jerry also missing on the follow. Bosecha. And the steal down the floor to Kanya. He better save for Cavani. And the rest of the Mountaineers just don't run with the ball. Koti with the right hand gets it to go.
We've seen so much athleticism, and even that finish by Koti, legs in the air, and has enough and does enough to get it done.
Manubele was stuck in the trap, but a foul called, and Mountaineers now in the penalty. Mountaineers have just done a great job of being austere with their fouls, and the Mountaineers with 10 fouls and the Pride with 11, and not giving many opportunities to the Pride to get to the line. And referee having a discussion with Manubele. Mabasa is part of that conference as well. Manubele now at the line. With 2 free throws, and that first one Manubele 2 of 2. Kanya under pressure from Malahlela. Kanya to Koti. 9 on the shot clock. Ongenda wants it. Up to drive inside, and great defense by Malahlela. The give and go. Ongenda behind the defense.
Can't get better execution than that from the Mountaineers, and that draws applause from the bench. And lovely pass, Koti connecting with Ongenda. 7 seconds on the game clock.
Kanya, the floater, and beats the buzzer.
Great awareness by Kanya to close out the quarter. Once again, draws applause from his teammate Latumba on the bench, and it was a good first half display by the Mountaineers. They had scored 24 points in that second quarter, and Pride at least have found some sort of rhythm on the offensive end, though they're turning the ball over way too often. They find themselves in a 24-point hole, and it'll be very difficult for them to make their way. The goalie magic players, Lesotho Molobasi, Jonathan van der Bijl, and Miguel Ferrao in the house, and they are setting and getting ready for their challenge. They will be taking on the Northwest Eagles in a little bit. But right now, at halftime, Cape Mountaineers 44, Limpopo Pride 20.
What a hectic end to that half, guys. I mean, the Mountaineers rather, just that press. The press is killing the Limpopo Pride right now, forcing them into over 30 turnovers in the first half. Now, Coach, these guys have shot 10 field goals the entire game. They're shooting 8 for 10. They're shooting 80% from the field. You guys are shooting 43. I'm looking at the score right now. You're up by 24 points.
You know, KP, the thing that people don't realize, last week against Suns, we forced them into 28 turnovers. Né? So what makes it work for us today is that when we force in a turnover, we are scoring. Last week we were forcing turnovers, but we weren't able to score. So today we're balancing our defense with getting better ball rotation on offense. Kolisi called it last week. He said we choked the ball too much. There wasn't good ball movement. So today, the difference today is that we're scoring to benefit our defense, and that gives the guys more energy to play harder.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, guys. Coach Craig, he is the stalwart at that press. The 2-1-2 press, clearly too much right now for the Limpopo Pride. Let's see how they're going to respond to this in the second half. We're going to go for a quick break. We will be right back here for more BNL action. Come back with us.
turns it over for the Mountaineers and straight into the press again.
Gabriel with the steal. He'll take it all the way to the bucket and a two-hand flush. That's how a Mountaineer gets up. Manubele in the trap and a steal once again, and a 3-on-1 this time, and Mapuri's all the way to the basket. Timeout immediately by Sinkim Patlele. Once again, Mountaineers pressing. They settle down in the half court, the Pride. Mabasa outside for three, rattles in and out, and Manubele is there, picks up on the offensive ball, will go to the basket, and two-hand flush. Oh man! Mapurisa, Kanya, basket hangs in the air, counted and one. Nice scoop. Gabriel. Dunja. Degazi outside for three, got it.
Option faking in that position, not quite going the way he planned.
Kabasele latches onto the pass and the reverse layup. Oh my!
Option faking in that position, not quite going the way he planned.
Kabasele latches onto the pass and the reverse layup. Oh my! Sitole turns it over again. Shouldn't be handling the ball that far away from the basket. Katlego Sitole and Kabasele with the steal. And look out, he's going to take it all the way to the basket and the flash once again.
7 seconds on the game clock.
Kanya, the floater, and beats the buzzer. And those were our first half highlights, but we take a look at the actual factuals up until halftime. The Mountaineers at the free throw line going just like the Pride, but shooting a lot less, 25% against the Pride, who was shooting 33%, 4 of 12. And inside, the Mountaineers 47%. And for the Pride inside, they've also been going at 47%. But the Mountaineers, of course, shooting more inside, 16 of 34. And our game lead is right now Ongenda for the Mountaineers, 8 points. Lutumba with 3 rebounds, Gabriel with 2 assists, Gordy with 5 steals, and Ernest Masimini 4 points, Manubele 6 rebounds, Katlego Sitole with 3 assists and 2 steals. And we will head to a quick break. Join us for the second half. It figures to be exciting. Halftime score at Wembley Arena, Western Cape Mountaineers 44, Limpopo Pride 20. And now our next game in our triple header this afternoon, those gentlemen right there, the Northwest Eagles taking on the Egoli Magic. And this one will be a test of wills for the Northwest Eagles. And our final game this afternoon, the Soweto Panthers taking on the Duzi Royals. A game that appears to be very evenly matched. But of course, we'll wait and see once they take to the floor who wants the win more. The Limpopo Pride, of course, right now in a 24-point hold. And Peter Bosecha will be taken to the floor for the Limpopo Pride. Q, I can't help but think that Peter Bosecha needs to be giving the Limpopo Pride more in terms of leadership and in terms of scoring on the floor and just being an effective and an all-round player for this team. He's a third-year BNL player, played his first two seasons with the Mpumalanga Rhinos, but is pretty much not giving the Pride much, especially in big games.
You'd expect a lot more from PB, and he's had one game where he's found some sort of effectiveness, and a lovely way to start for the Pride. Jerry Dunks again getting his flight time around the rim, and Pride will have to execute a lot better in the second half. Too many turnovers, and Easy does it for Ongenda in rhythm. Pull up J, all good for Andre Ongenda. Out on the break, Kanya, and layup and touch, letting him down. Can't complete the layup for the Mountaineers.
Bosecha working on Kanya. Kicks it out to Mabasa. Setole from the free throw line and foul called. Gorty picks up that foul. In Pride basketball, Tendani Mabasa open for three, barely shaving the front rim, and Vincent Tunja with the rebound. Cavani all the way down the floor. And that layup can't go for Cavani, but Gorty's there attempting to follow and clean up. And the coach Sinkin Pahlele has hardly taken a seat since the start of this game. And will be encouraged by his team's play, especially the runs that they've had, but they've just found it difficult to chip away at this Mountaineers lead. Godfrey Gorty 1 of 4 this afternoon, 2 points. And the smiles on the Mountaineers bench. Malahlela with the rebound and clipped on the head by Ongenda. Pride advancing the ball, and the Mountaineers have gone into a full court press. Bosecha, Kanya flicks it to Cavani, and Vince gives the thumbs up to Kanya for that steal and just keeping the ball alive for the Mountaineers. 9 on the shot clock. Ongenda kicks it to the corner. Cavani, the drive inside, jumps it to Gorty.
Easy does it for the Mountaineers. Good patient offense and getting good possession. Gorty getting the finish.
Manubele on the outside. Kanya's there, double team, but PB underneath. Oh my goodness. And too much ball movement, indecisiveness leads to a Pride turnover. I can't help but think, you, that Peter Bosecha slows down the Limpopo Pride. I mean, To me, I don't know, just from what I'm seeing, when he's ever on the floor, he holds on to the ball for too long. He slows the offense down. Ongenda with the three, can't get it to go. Mabasa with the rebound. The bounce pass to Manyubele. Can't get the layup to go. Malahlela's there with the follow.
PB, really not a slow player, should push the ball up the floor. Again, coaching plays such a vital role with the players that are on your floor. Your players have got to understand their roles, and they've got to play the roles to perfection. And I feel that Coach Mpatlela has got to try and extract the best from the players on his floor. So as much as
Panya with the pass, oh my.
Lovely no-look feed. And almost felt like it ran out of ideas, but Koti, savior, and Koti gets that.
Ongenda with the steal on bended knee and call and call for the treble. Oh man, well he enjoys the moment as well. Kanya driving inside, drawing Manyubele, and then goes behind the back to Koti and making sure. Pretty play, pretty play.
Kanya knew exactly what he was doing, drew two defenders and made it work. Robertson out on the break and loses the ball mid-air, and that layup goes nowhere for Robertson.
Kahozi inside, got the layup. .24 lead once again for the Mountaineers. Goti, top of the key, kicks it to Ntunja. Ntunja's going to drive inside, splits two defenders, and a foul called. Malahlela picks up the foul, and Ntunja goes to the line for a pair of free throws. We've got just under 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Avani takes a break. Sternad Mapurisa in the game, and Vincent Ntunja at the line for two. And one for the money, making good on the first free throw, Vincent Ntunja. Two for the show. Vincent Ntunja, perfect trip, 2 of 2.
6 points for Ntunja, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. The Mountaineers getting good execution on the floor.
Coach Craig Daniels will get another substitution. Andre Ongenda out of the game, and Jan Ogula in the game for the Mountaineers. Mapurisa going all the way to the basket, but can't get the layup to go. The pride will break now with Kabasele. They settle down in the half court. Kahozi to the basket, knocked out of his hands. Mapurisa will pick up that one. Coach Sinki Mphahlele with instructions from the sideline. Not a shooting foul. And Malahlela to inbound the basketball for the Pride. Robertson impeding the path, and as well as making contact with Simon Koza. Koza has got the ability to drive and attack the basket. Kabasele, pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Kahozi with the loose ball, power up. Can't get the basket to go, but Kahozi will get another opportunity at the free throw line. Kahozi, 3 rebounds, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Well, Ogula appearing to have taken a knock. One for the money for Kahozi on the first free throw. One of two for Kahozi, a lane violation, and Kahozi will get another opportunity for the second free throw. Still can't get it to go, and this time Koti with the defensive board. Koza with the steal on Dunja. Just reach that long arm of his. Kabasele. Malahele can't get the floater to go. Vince breaking. He's got Mapurisa to his left, and the finish.
Good feed by Tunja. Mapurisa does the necessary in transition for the Mountaineers. Koti, another turnover. Mountaineers 71 attempts to 47 of the Pride, and they've stifled the Pride offensively. And another beautiful feed. Koti blows the layup. Can't believe he missed that. No defense, just not good enough by Koti.
Malahela with the offensive rebound, but still can't get that shot to go after the offensive rebound. Mapurisa throws it away. Malahela tempting the Euro step, and the offensive rebound, the second one. Well, Malahela Mapurisa. Robertson stepping out of bounds. Mapurisa had an opportunity facing up with Kahozi on the wing. He had space on the left. He's got the speed too. Could have taken it to the basket.
That's the thing. I think this Mountaineers team better in transition, and it's something they've got to work on. When they get into the half-court set, they've got to get better quality looks for their players on the floor.
Massimini hangs in the air. Offensive rebound by Massimini. Now Robertson gets the loose ball, and the Mountaineers break Vince. They take it all the way to the basket with the left hand.
Transition, transition, transition for the Mountaineers. Defense leading to offense every time down. Tunja, 8 points, 5 rebounds. Also has 3 assists and 2 steals to his name.
Kahozi battling for position underneath, and Lau Robertson picks up that foul. Kahozi will go to the line to shoot 2 as the Mountaineers in the penalty. Siabulela Mtekazi checking into the game. Vincent Dunja takes a break, and Coach Daniels with more instructions from the sideline.
Kahozi has been a force on the floor for the Pride. He had limited minutes in the first half, and Pride just dug themselves a hole that they probably will not get out of. What they can do is try and find ways of breaking the press effectively for the rest of the game, trying to find ways of scoring, whether it's in transition or in half-court set. Latumba races up the floor. Corner 3 for Robertson. And Lau Robertson, finally, he gets 1 to 4 from the perimeter.
Massimini all the way to the basket, and Nkwashu with the rebound. Cleaning up on Massimini's miss. Nkwashu's been sitting on the bench for quite a while, ever since the first quarter, and Coach Mpahlele would have appeared to have made a mistake by keeping on the bench that long. Koza outside for 3. Robertson. Latumba slowing things down in the half court. Robertson. Latumba. Easy meet.
Too easy for the Mountaineers. Not even a contest on that shot from Latumba, and it's just going all the Mountaineers' way. Lack of effort on the defensive end right now from the Pride.
Kahozi at the top. Massimini for 3. Got the rotation on the ball, but can't get it to go. And Koza saving it in bounds. Last touch on Massimini, and it'll be Mountaineers basketball.
Pride not taking care of the ball on the offensive end, not rotating well in their zone on the defensive end. And just too many things going wrong for the Pride on the floor right now, and that's why they're stuck in this 30-point hole. Tumba kicks it out to Robertson, and Robertson once again. His 6 points coming from the perimeter, and is a knockdown shooter, catch and shoot kind of guard. Tumba will take a break. Ogula checks in and still happy. Tumba not happy on the bench, but still happy. The Mountaineers in their 2-on-2 press. Ogula touch letting him down around the rim. Robertson
can't get the kick out to Gabriel. Koza. Mboweni can't get the 3 to go. PB outside for 3. Misfires and a foul underneath the basket. Kahozi called for that foul. And Mtekazi is on the floor, appears to have taken a knock to the side of his face. Man, Kahozi's knocked out Ogula, Lutumba, and Mtekazi.
There's a reason why we call him the Beast. He's not the kind of guy you want to tangle with underneath. Two guys trying to keep him away from the rim. He buddies Gabriel, and
I think the Beast is a misnomer, Q. Rather Debo.
Debo?
Debo.
You're going to use the Friday reference?
Just knocking everyone out. Patrick Kahozi. And deemed an unsportsmanlike foul. I wouldn't call it unsportsmanlike.
That thing not warranted at all. There was just a little bit of physical play in the paint. And, you know, Kahozi pushing, Mtekazi, I think, embellishing the fact a little bit.
I mean, we're going on and on about Debo. It's making me think, I wonder who is Smokey.
I think the less said about that, the better.
Mboweni can't get the 3 to go, but the cleanup underneath. Kahozi. Ogula spins on PB. Count the basket and 1.
Beautiful spin move, going to the jump hook. Ogula shows nice touch, and that's his first field goal. Ogula, chance for a 3-point play, and that won't go. Struggle from the free throw line for the Mountaineers. They are 6 of 19.
Koza with the layup, kissing it high off the board. And this will be to wind down the third quarter. Cavani. Foley outside for 3. Koza with the rebound. And they can take the final shot. Mbobeni's got to let it go, but can't get it to hit the target. And another tough quarter for the Limpopo Pride. And as much as Josias Malahlela has tried his best for this team, it hasn't been enough, and the Pride finding themselves in a deep hole. And Coach Craig Daniels will be encouraged by the display of his team this afternoon as they look to go back to winning ways.
And only 7 points for the Pride in that third quarter, and back to struggles on the offensive end. And at the end of the third quarter, the Cape Mountaineers 67, the Pride 33. Now we look at the scoring breakdown for the 3 quarters. Mountaineers consistently scoring 20 points. The Pride 13 points in that last quarter, 14 in the second quarter for them. And stats at the end of the third quarter. Mountaineers 6 of 19 from the free throw line. It's been a struggle. The Pride not doing much better. 5 of 17. They haven't hit anything from the perimeter. It's been an absolute dry spell. Not of 15 for them from the three-point line. Ongenda leads all scorers, 11 points. 5 rebounds for Koti, 3 assists for Lutumba. Kahozi has made his presence felt in the paint. He's got 6 points. He's got 9 rebounds for Malahlela. It's been effective, and 3 assists for the big man, Sitole, from the Pride. The Pride really have struggled on the offensive end. And you look at the graphic display of what's happening on the floor. 5 of 16 for the Mountaineers. Robertson starting to find some touch from the perimeter. 23 of 50, 46% on the interior, and the free throw line should be a concern for the Mountaineers. And kicks on court. Some Under Armour. Yeah, did us in shot, and Jordans, those are kicks of the Limpopo Pride. It's cold and chilly morning in Johannesburg, a cold front in the city, but finding ways of keeping warm in the stadium. It's a family affair. And the action on the court hot as well. Plenty of athleticism, plenty of dunks to keep the fans in the game. And social media, so important, so key. Follow us. We are at BNLSA. Tweet us, hashtag Kings of the Court 2015. And fans in the stadium can engage with us on that platform. Tell us about your team. Tell us about your favorite players. Tell us about what the league needs to do in order to improve, or what you like about the league. Gabriel, successful trip. Another turnover. Tunja! 42 Pride turnovers. They just haven't been effective on the offensive end. Kwashu. Kaozi. And shot attempt goes astray, a touch. And up the floor in the hurry. Tunja once again off the Gabriel assist. It's a 40-point lead now. Trap once again, and a jump ball called. The Pride really doing a bad job of keeping it away from the trap areas, and find themselves in a lot of trouble.
Manubela misfires on the 3, and PB with the loose ball after battling for the rebound. Manubele inside to Nkwashu. Fling it too high for Nkwashu. Ongenda driving on the baseline. Gabriel outside for 3.
Not seen Stephen Gabriel make one of those attempts all season, but he continues to persist with the strategy of putting those up. Doesn't quite have the range yet. Kwashu gets a touch inside. Ongenda whistled for the foul.
Cecil Nkwashu, a young player, first-year player for the Pride. 5 rebounds so far in this game, but also gives them the length and presence underneath, and Coach Mpahlele will have to work with the young guy in the off-season in order to develop his low-post game, and also a jumper as well in and around the key. But Nkwashu, just one of the young players in this league who have a bright future. Sitole comes away with the steal. PB. Mabasa driving baseline, gets stuck, kicks it out to PB. Sitole once again too far for that kind of play. Moseka can't get the 3 to go. Lutumba will slow things down. Ndekazi, baseline, can't get the layup. Sitole getting a touch of that shot. Mabasa can't hang on to the ball. And just as Mabasa turns it over, Lutumba turns it over as well for the Mountaineers.
22 turnovers for the Cape Mountaineers. 27 steals. And the brains trust of the Mountaineers. In discussion, analyzing what's happening on the floor.
Madubele, his shot blocked by Gabriel, and a foul called on the floor. Peter Boseka picks up that foul, and play will go the way of the Mountaineers. We've got just a little over 7 minutes to play. Ongenda checks out of the game. Ogula back in for the Mountaineers. Ndekazi. Ntunja working on Mabasa. Gets it to Ndekazi. Four on the shot clock. Lutumba throws up the layup, can't get it to go. Sitole with the rebound. Loose ball, Mabasa all the way to Nkwashu. Nkwashu called for the travel on the play.
A little bit of excitement, getting ahead of himself. Nkwashu, the anticipation of a Showtime dunk gets him a travel, and turnover numbers for the Pride balloon again. 46 Pride turnovers, and that's not going to get it done on most days. It's certainly not going to get it done today.
Gabriel called for the offensive foul. Adjudged the charge. Manubele behind the defense. Ball knocked out of his hands by Koti. But the loose ball coming off Koti, and possession will remain with the Mountaineers. PB. Mabasa on the baseline. One on the shot clock. Nkwashu can't get it to go. And that ought to be a shot clock violation because that was an air ball. Koti inside. Looked like a travel by Koti. Ogula. The referee's doing a good job of stopping play because the shot clock isn't moving.
And you were quite correct, Ngo. The shot clock violation should have been called on the Nkwashu shot. It all starts with basics, and officials have found themselves under the gun a little bit in the BNL, and they all got to go back to the basics, making the calls consistent. If a shot clock violation happens, make sure that the ball is inbounded and the call is made. And this shot clock woes and technical difficulties taken care of, and play will restart.
Ndekazi with the crossover all the way to the basket, can't get it to go. And this time, hits the floor, landed on his lower back. Tough player, Siyabulela Ndekazi.
You feel that Ndekazi's been in the wars.
Well, the BNL is a tough league, Q. And I think that, you know, a lot of ballers probably sit at home and think that they can probably compete at this level. But if you're just not putting in the work, working on your game, working on your conditioning, you know, really just dedicating yourself because you want to play in the Basketball National League, they come up here and find that it's tough. And this goes for all players and young players and those in between as well.
Certainly is a physical league, and the level of play keeps improving every season. And disparity between teams, the gaps certainly getting smaller. It's evident every week. The Limpopo Pride have struggled, admittedly, in the 2015 season. One of the franchises that have not made good on the promise of the talent on their roster just yet. And right now, they struggle on the floor against the Mountaineers.
Manyubele can't get it to go after the pass from Malahlela. Mabasa getting tangled up with Lutumba, and Lutumba going out of bounds and turning the ball over. And substitutions on the floor right now. Kanya in the game, Cavani, as well as Lyle Robertson. And Jerry Manyubele takes a break for the Limpopo Pride, and Christian Kabasele checks into the game. Busecha, Malahlela, back to Busecha, gets the reverse layup to go, count the basket. Now Robertson picks up that foul. And PB, an opportunity to complete the three-point play. Godi, PB can't complete the three-point play. Cavani. Okula underneath. Working on Malahlela. Robertson, the catch, the shoot out of the corner. Setole with the rebound. Malahlela. Kabasele hangs in the air, gets the reverse layup to go.
Kabasele using all of his athleticism on the play on the baseline. And the dagger, 6 points, 4 rebounds in what's been a difficult game on the offensive end for the Pride. Cavani. Robertson lets it go and start back iron for Lyle Robertson out on the break. The Limpopo Pride. Mabasa.
Kabasele throws it away, attempting to connect with Josias Malahlela.
And that's an unforced turnover, just unnecessary. No defensive pressure. Malahlela letting Pride down. The turnover numbers balloon again. 47 Pride turnovers.
Coach Sinkin Pahlele looking overwhelmed, flustered at the same time. And the ball going out of bounds. Another turnover by the Pride. Unforced. Katlego Setole turning that ball over. Kanya. Ogula from the baseline. And Kanya's there. Picks up on the rebound and reverses the layup.
Kanya's play's been enterprising for the Mountaineers and pretty decent when attacking the rim. Thrown away once again. And 49 turnovers. I'm pretty sure that's the most turnovers we've seen all season.
Ogula forcing his way in, can't get it to go, and the Pride will go on the break. 4-on-2. Malahlela inside. Robertson knocks it out of Malahlela's hands. Cavani all the way to the basket, and a foul called. Tendani Mabasa picks up that foul, sends Cavani to the line for a pair of free throws, and there will be a substitution on the floor. Peter Busecha checks out of the game, and Ernest Massimini back in the game for the Limpopo Pride. 6 points for Cavani this afternoon. Jonathan Foley also in the game for the Mountaineers. Godfrey Koti taking a seat. Malahlela, well, QTP, close the door, turn off the lights, because this game is well and truly over.
I'm actually sure we could have queued TP a lot earlier. It's amazing that the Pride's still in this game. That literally turned the ball over too many times. You can't expect to be competitive turning the ball over that many times. 49 turnovers according to the stats we have in front of us.
Katlego Sithole taking another long-range shot, a 3 in the corner. 49 turnovers for the Pride compared to 26 by the Mountaineers. Masimini to Mabasa. Can't get the basket to go, but Mabasa will go to the line for 2 free throws. Katlego Sithole, I don't know, Q, maybe the absence of Madumecha Komape being problematic today for the Limpopo Pride. We know that Komape is also a player who can score for the Pride.
They certainly do miss his speed up the floor. He'd be able to help them with breaking the press, and he makes good decisions with ball in hand. He really does. Mabasa, 7 turnovers in his own capacity. Sithole following, but can't get the finish.
Cavani under pressure, turning the ball over, bouncing off his leg and going into his back court. Mabasa inside, finds Masimini. That's the one thing that always works well for the Pride, is when they make forays into the key and then creating.
We just haven't seen enough quality possessions from the Pride all game long. Robertson crossed over but gets blocked. And I think Robertson could have looked at the 3. He's a knockdown shooter and forces his way in. Unnecessary turnover again.
Kabasele on the baseline. Can't get the pull-up jumper to go. There's another opportunity. Katlego Sithole at the buzzer. And he's just found it difficult to get going this afternoon, Katlego Sithole.
No points for Katlego Sithole.
And Mountaineers with the inbounds. Cavani, Foley, size up the basket, goes all the way to the hole, can't get the reverse layup to go. And another steal by the Mountaineers. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ogula, the give and go. Finds Foley. Mabasa on the outside. Kabasele way out. And Ogula all the way down the floor. Oh, well, a smooth finish for Jan Ogula. And that will be the final play of the game. That made layup by Jan Ogula to close out against the Limpopo Pride, the Mountaineers, with a dominant 41-point blowout of the Limpopo Pride. Well, they say pride comes before a fall, but I tell you, the Mountaineers have shown today that even if pride were a high mountain, ain't no mountain high enough. They have scaled this mountain and stand atop of the summit. And scores at full time: Western Cape Mountaineers 81, Limpopo Pride 40.
Mountaineers 10 of 25 from the free throw line, shooting it at 40%. The Pride 27% from the free throw line. 0 of 20 from the three-point line for the Pride. It was a difficult game for them. They did well on the defensive glass. 20 offensive rebounds, something that Coach Craig Daniels will look at, and totaled 51 turnovers. It was not the best performance from the Pride. 0 for 20 from the three-point line, a stat that stands out. 17 of 42, 40% for the Pride, and 6 of 22, 27% from the free throw line. Vincent Tunja, 12 points, 7 rebounds for Koti, 6 steals. Kabasele, 6 rebounds, 9 rebounds, 6 points for Kabasele, 9 rebounds. Malatlela, 3 assists for Bosecha. Sitole had no points but had 3 steals. And it was a difficult afternoon for the Limpopo Pride players, and I'm sure difficult for the Pride fans. And they'll weigh in on the performance of the players on the floor. Lots of preparation to be done before their next outing and their next game.
Well, a triple header this afternoon. We've just had the first one of our triple header, and we have our second game to tip off at 1400. CAT, the Northwest Eagles, take on the mighty Egoli Magic. And right after that game at 1600 CAT, we have the Soweto Panthers taking on the Duzi Royals. And my man KP standing by with post-game interviews. Over to you, KP.
And the Mountaineers just too strong for the Limpopo Pride, defensively superior. And the man that was anchoring that, Vincent Ntunja, he's a seasoned player, seasoned veteran. Coach Craig has been your coach for a while. You are MVP, 2,500 Rand, which is being presented to you by Dion, who is the BNL executive. Congratulations, 2,500 Rand, our MVP, Vincent Ntunja. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Dion. Thank you, Dion. Vincent, you came in today, totally different mindset. Defensively, you guys, I mean, I haven't seen you guys execute this well defensively this entire season.
It starts at practice, because after the loss on last week's game, we said that the only thing that will make a difference is going back to the drawing board, playing hard defense. And we're trying now to limit every team per 10 points per quarter, and that's what we try to achieve this year. Like, you can check the score now, they had about 40, I think. So that's what we wanted to do, just to give 10 per quarter and take it from there.
Let's talk about you a little bit. You started off the season a bit slow. We were actually criticizing you a bit upstairs in the booth, but you have really picked it up from game to game. Very well rounded, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals. I mean, you are really getting into your own now.
It was just getting, because I was absent for quite some time, so it was going to take a little bit for me to get in the groove. But through the players that we have in the team, always encouraging each other, and myself taking the time to go to gym and waking up in the early hours of the morning to go work out, and the results sometimes will show off.
Let's talk about your team a little bit. You guys right now looking on the outside in, what do you think of your season so far? Are you guys happy with where you are right now, or slightly disappointed?
On a personal note, it's a 50-50 situation, because we lost games that we thought we could have handled it better. But we speak about it every day in our training sessions, that every day, every game counts. Every game you take it one step at a time, and then the results will show. But for us, we're focusing more, because we're undersized. We're focusing more on defense and let the offense flow by itself.
Coach Craig doing a very good job for you guys. I mean, we know Coach Craig, veteran coach for us. It must be great for you to have had the same coach for so many years.
It's actually one of those things that one cannot speak about on a daily basis, but you speak from the heart, because he's been a father figure and always just encouraging from the under-16s until now as a veteran. So it's encouraging to work with him, because he allows us, he tells us every time, just go have fun on the basketball court. That's the one thing that he stresses, because if you notice some of the games, we were not actually having fun. So he's saying that it shows on the basketball court. Now that's why I guess we won today, because of just enjoying the basketball game on the bench, and even when you step on the court, just ensure that you play to your full potential.
Thank you very much, Vincent, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, KP. Cheers, bud.
Vincent Ntunja, our MVP. He is a seasoned player, former national team player as well. Congratulations to him. Great game. With me right now, I have got losing captain, which is Jerry. Jerry, you guys came in today. I seem to be just totally rattled by Coach Craig
defensive juggernaut, threw the defensive pressure, defensive press rather, on you guys, and you were just not able to react to it. 37 turnovers.
True that we couldn't handle their pressure. Today it's only 1 or 2 players that showed up. The rest of us, we were just off. We didn't represent the name Pride very well today.
Offensively, it seems like you guys have been struggling. I mean, what's the identity of this team? Who is the offensive leader on this team?
You know what? We don't have a hero as such. We play as a team. We all play. We all must give in. We don't rely on one person basically. All of us must put in some work.
I know that one of the issues that your franchise has had is getting the players to be able to practice together. Is that something that you guys have been able to fix so far in the season? Do you think maybe that's the reason why you guys aren't necessarily gelling as well as you'd like?
Yes, one of the reasons is that quite.
Thank you very much, Jerry.
Sure.
Jerry is not looking very, very happy there, but they didn't have an answer for the Western Cape Mountaineers. And Dr. Dre here, Junior, Ongenda, you guys came out, Coach Craig really just came out with a great game plan, and you guys had the Limpopo Pride rattled from the beginning. You must be happy with the team's performance today.
Yeah, very happy. It's a big change as opposed to the game against Suns. So from a defensive point of view, that was our goal today, to stop them on defense and then let offense take care of itself. And like I said last week, we need to share the ball a lot more, which we did a lot today. But I think our rebound still needs a bit of work, because they still out-rebounded us. So just going down the stretch, that might hurt us with a bigger team.
Now, Andre, you guys obviously not sitting in a position that you would have liked going forward into the season, or rather at this point in the season. What's the mind state, what's the focus now, trying to finish off the season?
Well, you're trying to put a streak together. I mean, you never know. This year the league is so wide open. When you got your top 2, and then 3 and 4, I mean, it's still debatable. So I mean, if Doozy does us a favor later, we tied with Panthers on 4 and 3. So then we take it from there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
There you have it, Andre Ongenda, captain of the Mountaineers. They came out here with a game plan. Defensively, they were going to shut the Pride down. And that is exactly what they did. Up next, we are going to have the Goalie Magic up against the Eagles. It's going to be a great game. The Eagles, it's a must-win for them, in my opinion. They want to get into that top 4, and they want to beat one of the top guns. What better time to do it than now against the Goalie Magic, who is up there in second position. They have not been defeated. Let's see what happens. We are going to go to a quick ad break. We will be right back. We're at Wembley Indoor Arena. In case you didn't know, it's Basketball National League. We'll be right back.